How's it going, YouTube? Observation King here with you again. Got another video for you on my thyme plant. Any of you who actually have thyme that you've either grown yourself from seed or that you purchased from a garden center like I did for this plant over here, the pot that it comes in is typically going to be too small for you to keep it in there, and you'll notice that the roots actually start growing out the bottom, and the plant is going to need more space. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to transplant my one into this bigger container that I actually recently got. I'm not sure of the diameter of this, but it's a lot bigger than this simple 15 centimeter diameter pot that you can see here. It's going to allow my thyme plant to actually have proper root development and will allow the plant to flourish and to actually get bigger, which is going to be good for me because then eventually I can start picking from this and using it in the kitchen. Now, what I've got with me today besides that is just a bag of sand, because thyme is a Mediterranean plant. It doesn't like soggy feet, it doesn't like wet roots, it doesn't like soil that retains a loss of moisture. It will actually kill the plant because it's not the type of plant that lives in, say, for example, a temperate environment like where I am right now in zone 5A, where it's quite humid most of the time. This is a plant that enjoys a more dry condition, and that explains why I have a bag of sand. What I'll be doing is putting some multi-purpose compost in here, and I'll be mixing that in with a good amount of sand to try and mimic as much as I can the natural conditions that the plant grows in the Mediterranean. So without further ado, we're going to get that done. And once that's done, I'm just going to use my little 1 liter pressure sprayer here just to kind of give it a small amount of water and just to kind of establish the plant, and then that'll be that. Alright, so you might notice that I actually kept the original plant pot inside of the bigger one. And I've put a lot of sand in here already, but I've put more compost around it so you can't see it yet. But the reason why I've done this is because that's going to create a hole that's just the right size for me to then take the whole plant out, take it out of the smaller grey container and then pop it back in. It's a really smart way of actually creating a hole, and it helps you to keep things more centered. So I'm sure you guys can actually see the hole now in the light. You can see the sand is down there, and I've actually removed the container completely, and I've got my thyme plant right here. You can see how the roots were all tangled up and everything is all at the bottom. And now I can just simply pop that in and that will be fine. We just pop that in the hole. You see how easily that fits in? It's a very smart way to do things. Then all you have to do now is fill in these corners with a bit more compost, give it a gentle patting down, and then you add a bit more sand, and that's it. That's the way I do it. And you've got yourself a thyme plant that is now ready to become more well established into a bigger container, which will then give you a bigger crop that you can then prune, you can then harvest as you need, and will just give you a really lovely herb that you can actually enjoy. So that's pretty much it. Right, so in the end, this is what it looks like. So I've got the plant in the pot, got all of the soil in. I put some more sand again. You can see I've mixed it in with the multi-purpose compost. And I've got myself a plant that is now established in a good sized container. I'll show you all around. It's got the correct amount of sand in there to try and mimic as much as possible the natural terrain that this herb would grow in the Mediterranean. And once you've done that, you just want to give it a small amount of water with a sprayer that you may have, or with anything that's available. And just to give it a light watering. You don't want to water it too much, but you do want to give it something just to establish itself. You don't want to water thyme too much. It is a plant that enjoys arid conditions. I can't stress this enough. If you water it too much, it will actually start to brown and it will start to rot from the roots up, and then your plant will die. Don't water it too much, but you do want to give it something just to establish it. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more here. And that's it. So I can put my sprayer down. And that was me transplanting my thyme. So if you guys actually have any thyme plants and you're wondering, what to do, how to make it bigger, how to keep it alive longer, how to take care of it, that's how you start. Get a nice big container, multi-purpose compost mixed with sand. Put your plant in there using the technique I actually used using my 15 centimeter pot that the thyme came in. Make a hole so that you don't have to keep digging with your hands. Pop it in, make sure there's enough sand, like I said, give it a light watering in, and that's it. So I appreciate you guys for watching my video. Please check the link in the description. I do also have a blog. So if you're interested in seeing anything I post there that's also gardening related, check that out. All right, guys, I'm out.